Hello, Internet. So I just got off the phone with my oncologist, the local oncologist here, and he was very concerned because he found out that I had decided to wait on my radioembolization, the radiation therapy. We talked a bit about it, and it seemed the bulk of his concern came from just how it seemed unnecessary to him to wait, and he didn't want the cancer to continue to grow and spread during that time. I believe I mentioned that in the last video that the oncologist at Roswell Park said that he wanted me to wait 2 months and then get a CAT scan and go from there. He said that those 2 months could see a terrible return, basically undoing all of the progress that we had already done. So now I've got two doctors telling me to do two different things, and I honestly don't know what to go with. I think one of the reasons why I jumped at the idea of waiting is because really, this whole radiation thing, I don't want to do it. I'm really intimidated by it. I realize that the side effects are not going to be nearly as bad as with chemotherapy, but the possibility of doing deeper damage to my liver just from that it exists. My oncologist said that my concerns were definitely reasonable. They were well founded. But the more we talked about it, the more it sounded like waiting would be a really bad idea. I don't know now, you know? It was so easy when I only had one voice to listen to, and it was, you know, do this, go here, get this treatment, get this procedure, go get chemo. It was all so straightforward for such a long time there. I only had one option, I only had one path, and now everything is starting to branch, and I don't know which route to take. So anyway, my oncologist wants me to get in touch with the radiation doctor tomorrow morning and let him know everything that I talked over at Roswell Park. To avoid confusion, I know I've mentioned in the past that the radiation doctor is a woman, but there's two radiation doctors. There's the one that I initially spoke with, and then there's the one that I had the appointment with last Tuesday, and she's the one that would actually be doing the radiation procedure itself. She'd be the one that would actually be injecting me with the beads. But the doctor that my oncologist wants me to call tomorrow is the other doctor. Anyway, I'm going to give him a call tomorrow morning, let him know everything that I talked about with the oncologist at Roswell Park, and then hopefully figure something out. At this point, I'm just really starting to lose my patience. I'm starting to lose my calm. Everything just felt so much more certain until now. And suddenly everything's up in the air, and I don't know who to listen to, and I don't know who to trust, and I don't know whose opinion is more informed and the better option. And my anxiety has been growing and growing ever since I went to Roswell Park. I have felt anxious, I have felt sick, I have felt tired. And to top it all off, here's another bit of news. I have an infected tooth. So that's nice. As if I didn't have enough on my plate to deal with. It woke me up in the middle of the night in screaming agony Sunday. I very nearly drove to the emergency room, but I had to work, and I didn't want to miss work, and so I took 2 Tylenol and I went back to bed, and then I went to work Sunday morning, and the pain was back, and I couldn't work. So I left. I went to the hospital, the ER. They kept me there for a good long while. Anytime there's any concern with like infection, they're really on top of that because of my cancer. But they didn't have a dentist at the emergency room, and they said the best that they could offer is to recommend me to a dentist to see me in the coming days. They prescribed me antibiotics. They sent me home with some ibuprofen, and I've been treating the pain with that ever since. The earliest a dentist can see me is Wednesday morning, so I get to go to work tomorrow and just fight through the pain. Things are just really hard for me right now, and I'm just so exhausted with it. I'm just so tired. I wish someone would just point me in the right direction and just say go. Trying to make choices like this, serious life choices that have serious implications on my health, and I'm losing hope. More and more every day, it's just right in my face that this is going to kill me. I'm going to die, and there's nothing anybody can do about that. Really, the only thing that they can do is just throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. One spot of good news, my oncologist said after I told him about the gene mapping, the gene mutation something test, the one that cost $6,000, he said that his office has a pretty good working relationship with Foundation, and there's a possibility that they may be able to get that number drastically reduced, maybe even down to 0, but we'll see. Meanwhile, I will continue to try to keep a positive outlook. I'm just trying to keep in mind that who knows what the future may bring. Anything's possible. Good things can happen. I need to keep fighting. Alright folks, that's it for this one. Tune in next time when hopefully I have better news. See you then.